Hi, I'm Ruth from CCVillage, the online planning service for childcare programs. We do our best to save caregivers time and money so you can focus your energy on the kids. Welcome. Today, I'm happy to announce that we just finished our childcare planner. This is an all-encompassing book that's meant to hold basically everything that you need to organize and run your program. For those of you who are not familiar with CCVillage membership, we are an online planning service that does all of your planning for you for one low monthly fee. So you get your preschool curriculum, plus lots of printables, plus food menus that follow CACFP regulations, plus printable business forms, etc. So we thought we got all of your planning done for you. We wanted to find a way to simplify organizing your program as well. So the CCVillage membership can be used without the book, and the book can be used without the CCVillage membership, but the two together will save you an enormous amount of time and money. So I'm going to get through this as quickly as I can, but there is a lot in here. Along the way, you'll learn what's included in the book, and you'll also learn a little bit more about CCVillage membership. So, like I said, there is a lot in here, so let's get to it. When you first open the book, you come to a page for allergies and special needs. So we put this in the very front of the book because it's a daily reminder of any special needs children in your program, anyone who has allergies or special needs, so nothing's missed or forgotten. And if you have more than one provider, if you have a helper, if you have a substitute, even if you're, family daycare and you're working alone, there may be an occasion where there's an emergency or for some reason there's an alternate person taking care of the children, but this will be the first thing that they see and nothing will be missed. So the first section right after that page is this week. And we open that to a sign-in sheet. You can either keep the sign-in sheet in the book for parents to sign in. Right behind that is a cardstock sheet so that when they sign, it won't go through. So you can keep it in the book, or you can keep this out separate on a clipboard or whatever and just put it back in the book. The next page is your day at a glance. And this is, basically an overview of what you're doing for the day or what you've accomplished. There's a section for accomplishments, a section for documents that you're going to want filled in by the end of the day. Of course, every day you have attendance and menus, but you have space to write in if you're doing fire drills that day, or if there's medication to give out that you'll need to fill in the medication administration log, things like that. So this is basically your day at a glance. The next page is your daily schedule, and you'll have you can follow the one that we filled in, or you can use the blank one and fill it in yourself, whichever better fits your program. This next page is the activity calendar that comes with a CCVillage membership. So if you have the CCVillage membership, there are some things in this book that I'm going to show you that you'll include in your book. If you don't have the membership, of course, you'll include whatever you're using. So if you do keep a calendar of activities, you can put that in here. So CCVillage membership comes with the monthly calendar of activities, broken down into weekly themes, and every day this calendar shows what you'll be doing for that day. The next page is your weekly focus. So you'll fill in the month, and then there's 5 weeks here. You'll fill in the theme for each week, the letter of the week, the number of the week. Of course, not everyone does things this way. This is if you do have a weekly focus, you have the sheet you can fill in. There's a place for skills, special days, and then there's a blank line for whatever, if there's something that you would like to include that we haven't included on the sheet. The next thing will be your food menu for the week. Again, if you're a CCVillage member, that's all planned out for you. You will find, those of you who are not familiar with our program, we do offer, part of our program includes the food menus that follow federal CACFP regulations. And there are recipes included here. There's extra space in here, so if you make substitutions, you can just cross out what we have in here and write in what you're really serving, because you do want it true to exactly what you served. This next page here is for those of you who do not want the pre-planned menu or do not use it for whatever reason. You can fill in your own menu. The next page in this section is childcare news. So this is a whole page of things that you're going to want to include in your weekly or monthly newsletter. So this is just basically a place to take notes so that you won't forget anything when it's time to fill out your weekly or monthly newsletter. Right after the childcare news is going to be your print pack. So you can basically put all of your printables for the week in one or more if necessary page protectors, and just leave it in this section so they're handy. The next section is meals. So in the front of this section, you're going to have the recipes that we offer with a CCVillage membership. And all those recipes are in separate page protectors, so that if you want to take them out of the book and bring them into the kitchen, they're somewhat well protected. The next, in the meals section, each month, you're going to put your food menu, your weekly food menus in this section. And then at the end of the year, you'll have all the menus for the year. But this is a record of everything that you served every day of the month. The next section is activities. And so that's also broken down into months. Each month, you're going to take that activity calendar from this week section and file it here. Now we've color coded these so that your book is going to come with color coded page protectors. So the first one's green, and that holds your activity calendar. The next one is yellow, and that holds the 2 pages you're going to want to take to the store with you or out with you to pick up your materials list and your book list. So whether you're going to the library, the bookstore, however you're getting your book list together, you can just bring this whole packet with you and then file it back in the book when you're done. The next section is your arts and crafts, and all the pages are in this page protector. Your games, discovery, and extras. So those of you who are familiar with CCVillage know that that's basically it's group activities. There's science and discovery. There's large motor activities, things like that, games and things like that. And the next section, the next piece in the activities section is circle time and movement. So all of your songs will be kept in this set right here. And then each month is the same. You're gonna file your calendar, materials and books, arts and crafts, games, discovery and extras, and your circle time for each month of the year. So you'll have all of this saved in your book at the end of each year. So your next section is going to be the children in your program. And in this section, there are separate tabs for each child. The book comes with a set of 8 tabs. You have the option to add another set of 8 tabs, which we will give you at cost. So if you don't, if you're a small program, a lot of the home daycare programs are smaller programs and they don't need more than 8 tabs. But if you do, certainly let us know and we will send you an extra set. Again, it's just at cost. So in this section, and we don't have these forms filled in because these aren't real children, but you're going to want the child information, the whole packet that you give out when a new child starts in your program. If you're a member of CCVillage, you're familiar with our forms. A set of the business forms will come with your book. So there is child information, the parent contact information, whatever the letter is that you put together for the family when they started, if you gave them, you know, a welcome letter or an informational letter, your policies and procedures that you handed out at the time, because you may, you know, you may change your policies and procedures over time. And you're going to want a record of what you gave each family, because you may need to update them. And you also want a record of, you know, what you promised, certainly. Your child care contract, the fee schedule that you worked out with them, the medical report for each child, so which shows their immunizations, the last physical they had, transportation authorization if you do that, emergency release form in the case that there was an emergency, then you couldn't contact a parent, that you could get treatment for the child, permission slips, things like that, medication authorization if the child ever needs medication, any incident or accident reports pertaining to that child, daily reports. You might not want to keep all the daily reports, but certainly any that has any anything really important that happened on a particular day that you want to, you know, keep record of. And then the payments for that child, we have the different versions. If it's subsidized care, there's one record, and then if it's not subsidized care, there's a different sheet. Okay, and then so each one of the children you'll have all of those records kept for each one of the children. The next section is payments, and now this is sectioned in broken down into months, and each month you're going to want to keep your attendance forms. Well, let me just go through this really quick. You're going to keep a record of payments in the beginning of, in the front of each month. And this is going to say what was charged and what was paid by each of the families. And if there's any balance due, it'll show up here. And this just keeps, this is for the month. It's not child specific or family specific. This is for the entire month for everyone in your group. So it may end up being more than one sheet. And each time that a payment is made, it'll be recorded here and the balance will be brought forward. You're going to want to keep your attendance sheets. This particular attendance sheet, some of you are familiar with, if you do have a membership to CCVillage. It shows the time in, the time out, the meals served, the total hours, whether or not they paid, etc. So you're going to want to keep the attendance as backup for charges, and any the meal program as well. It's your backup for who was in attendance, what meals were served, etc. So this section, you're also going to want to keep any subsidy documents that you have each month, any records of any absent notes. Any backup information to do with anything you get paid for is going to go in this section. Okay, so the next section are all of your logs. So all those sign-in sheets, you're going to keep in this section. Medication administration log. So anytime you give medicine to a child, you're going to write it in this log. So you have a record of what exactly was given to the child and who gave it to them, the day, the time, etc. Child physical examination log. So you have a record, a quick reference as to each child in the group and when was the last physical that they had. That at a quick glance, you can tell who's coming up for renewal and give out any notices necessary. Incident report log. So this is not an incident report, it's a log of reports. So each time you fill out an incident report, a copy of that report will go home to the parents, a copy of that report will go in the child's file. And then you'll write in the log that there was a report. This is a log so that you can quickly go through and see, you know, what reports were written and when. And they're all basically on one page. A record of your fire drills. So each time that you do a fire drill, you can write in the date, the time, the method of the exit that you used, etc. And you have a record, I believe all of you, but most of you certainly have regulations to follow where fire drills are concerned. And then there's income sheets and income and expense forms, etc. So this is basically all of your logs, all of your record keeping type stuff that you'll keep all together. The next section is reference. So you can use this for personal contacts, business contacts, so your CCR&R, Resource and Referral Agency, your local library, whoever your business contacts are, anything to do with your business. You might not need to contact any services that you use, etc. If you use CCVillage, you can put them in there. And then your shopping list. We have two different versions of shopping lists. And then there are birthdays. You might want to keep two separate sheets, one for the children in your program and then one for everyone else that you know. But it's just a quick reference section, and you can use that solely for your program, or you can put, you know, things for, like I said, birthdays of everyone else you know, or personal contacts. And this last section of the book is all about your program. So you're going to have a copy of your license. You're going to have a copy of each of your training certificates. You're going to have a copy of anything to do with your program, like the curriculum that you use. If you do use a curriculum that you paid for, or if you have any awards, if you have any special memorabilia, special accomplishments, things you've been involved in, that would all go in that program section. And then when you do have new families coming in, it's very quick and easy to show them what your credentials are. And, you know, just having everything in this book shows them how organized you are, and that you do have a well-planned professional program. There's one last thing on this book, and that is the back cover is where you will keep all of your emergency contacts. So the police, ambulance, poison control, parent contact information, all of that will be right on the back of the book. So at any point you need anything, you just flip the book over, it's right there. So that is everything. I will leave links below to the planner as well as CCVillage membership for those who are interested in purchasing, or even just if you want more info on either. If you like this video, please be sure to let others know by giving us a thumbs up. Click the subscribe button and hit the bell so you're notified when we put up new videos. CCVillage has been online since 2003, offering a complete and affordable planning service for childcare programs of all sizes. That includes family daycare, as well as childcare centers and preschools, and even parents of young children. And we do look forward to working with you as well if we're not already working with you. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, and have a great day.